have competent communicator Andrew Wong to present his evaluation to Belinda Wee.
Competent communicator Belinda Wee. Congratulations for attempting your first project pitch in your advanced communicator bronze. I understand that storytelling is not very easy, not many people able to do that because it requires a lot of visualization, voice variety, and so on. So, in essence, Belinda has actually met the objective of the speech by storytelling, and there are certain aspects of the speech which I would say will need to improve, and I will focus on that. Okay. First of all, the story. I think the story Golden Goose is common that all of us know, but that one Golden Goose is very much suited for children. But for adults, maybe a more adult kind of folk tale that would be more suited for us to listen, and which requires some aspect of allowing you to use a lot of vocal variety and visualization. So that's one area that maybe to take a topic where it is suited for your audience. Now, in terms of the story, the way you present the story, I think you have a good start. I mean, you're sitting down, and the audience listening to you is like children, waiting eagerly for you to start your story. But towards the middle, I tend to find it a little bit more draggy because it's a long story, no doubt about it. One of the areas is because in terms of that vocal variety, I can only send two kinds of vocal. One is the storytelling, and the other one is when you're trying to interpret and act out the conversation between the characters. But in all the characters that you mentioned that was taken out, they have the same vocal variety. There is no distinction of the character. So I couldn't really visualize this character is what, this character is what. So the visualization aspect is very lacking here. But your intonation, your voice, and so on tells the story. But because we couldn't visualize, it becomes a bit draggy, especially for me. Now I'm a very special case because I'm actually hearing impaired. So I rely a lot on visualization to really see the story that you're trying to tell me. But unfortunately I couldn't. Okay. So your technique, everything is there. That's why I said it meets your objective. But these are some of the rooms of improvement that you should look at. And possibly, my recommendation is maybe you may want to re-attempt this again. Right? Thank you.
Belinda, I want to add to what he said because I was taking down notes. Number one, I've got 5 points for you. Number one, it's good that you have your manual given to your evaluator in advance. In advance doesn't mean when you're here. It means before he comes here. So he could read through and understand. Number two, give your introduction to the to the Toastmaster of the evening before you come in. Not let him read off your handphone. If you were to be doing your competent communication manual today, I'll be softer with you, but because this is an advanced speech. Third point, if there's any other arrangement, such as chairs, moving, things like that, please let SAA and TME know beforehand. They would have arranged all this before you come on stage. Your objective says, of course, this is the note to the evaluator. Evaluator, she did not meet these objectives, because in these objectives, just now when I read it to you, it says what? Purpose of this talk was for the speaker to tell, not read, a folk tale. You read it. I've done storytelling before. You can never do a storytelling like reading news. Nobody will listen. And because he is challenged, you need to know your evaluator in advance. Is he challenged? If he's challenged, should I change my story? Why change? Change to lesser character, so that he can see the difference, father talking to a son, or the king talking to the simpleton. Storytelling is about looking into the people's eyes, using your voice, and implement emotions, or they will not feel the fun that the girls had touching the feathers and not getting away from it. Oh yes, you did this. The speaker should not act out the story, and your hands was acting it out. Challenging, because I'm a person who loves a lot of drama, and when I attempt this, I had to tie my hands. And my hands comes naturally, that's the problem. So we have to put more effort in places we need to challenge ourselves. So I've said it. First, give your manual in advance. Tell SAA and TME what to do if you need to do something. Actually, that's not necessary. My recommendation to you is to stand and speak. Why? You've never seen people sit down and sing, because your diaphragm will be so shortened that you cannot take a longer breath, a deeper breath, and to use your voice, make it louder, softer, lower. So, but when you stand, you can do all this. Try it again. Perhaps with a different story, a story that they do not know, so they will not judge you by the story. Second evaluator. For second speaker, can we have Ricky Sue? Thank you.
Thank you, Dorcas. I wonder why this speech. I had wondered what this speech was about. And now I realize 3 assets in the speech and 3 main strengths in the speaker, Li Hua. The first one is that I found Li Hua is a master of words. I like how he described the children, like soccer players, how he described the restaurant, and the things on the floor, glasses, plates, and rice. And how she described the temperaments. This one is like Mother Teresa. So she made us visualize the scenery and the words. So you have been using descriptive and vivid word. And the second strength about you is you are a value adder. You have imparted a lot of knowledge to us by telling us about the 4 temperaments by Tim LaHaye from the book, and you have even cited from the book and what this theory is about. So we learned the 4 kinds of people. And the third strength of yours is that you are a potential good entertainer, evident by the audience attention and also laughter. I notice all of us have been attentive to you. And I notice quite a few of us have laughed on your speech, especially Sri, Seki, Belinda, and I guess it's also because Sri heard your speech, similar speech before, and he even evaluated you on that speech.
Yes.
That's right. To enhance your speech, you might want to appeal to 3 more temperaments or 3 more kinds of people. And these 3 are called Ricky, Ricky, and Ricky. The first Ricky is a very serious Ricky. They don't laugh, no matter what you say. If you come across this kind of audience, you might want to pay special attention to these people to arouse their emotion and give them eye contact. And for those who respond to you and laugh at you, you might also want to relate to them so that you can amplify their effect and so that their laughter will infect the others. This is called reading the audience, and I learned it from Sri. The second kind of Ricky is the distracted Ricky, easily distracted by other things like visual aids. The thing is, when you're not using the visual aid, put it down, your clicker, turn it off, the slides. And if you are using the slides, you might as well use the slide even more effectively by showing the 4 temperaments, how these 4 things spell, because they are not normal English. And the third kind of Ricky is a forgetful Ricky. So you might want to put more weight on the conclusion by relating back to your personal experience at the start of your speech. So I found your speech has been informative, entertaining, value-adding. If only you could appeal more to these 3 types of Ricky. Thank you.
Thank you. Tonight, when you go home, if you don't remember anything, you'll remember Ricky. Ricky said it right. If you're not using the slides yet, please switch it off or close it up, because you are standing here most of the time. If you off it or close it off, you can stand in the middle of the stage and look at everybody. Of the 4, who do you think I am?
You are the melancholic, choleric. 2.
I am sanguine, melancholy, and choleric at the same time.
I recognize 2.
I started off with sanguine choleric. I slowly became a melancholy as well. But I am never phlegmatic. Phlegmatic is something that you need to explain, because if you found one, you would not know, because they have no facial expression. You do not know whether they are happy or they are sad. They don't show. Not that they want to cover up, they just don't show. Choleric and sanguine are the easiest to spot. What you see is what you get. But melancholy can never be a perfectionist by itself. A melancholy becomes a perfectionist when the melancholy has got choleric in them. But what she described to you by the plate, you could recognize. Now when I eat, I'm a sanguine. I cannot order the food without the pictures. I can't. And I will not go to a restaurant with just words. I would not be able to recognize what I want. But a melancholy tells you to the very detail what you should do, what you should not do. Sanguine, she is perfect sanguine. She's all over the place, and look at her dressing, it shows. Sanguine will never dress normal. they are always outstanding. If they don't play good golf, they will win best dressed. I am not kidding, because I grew up like that. And I said, it's okay if I don't play well, as long as I get best dressed. So I make sure everything match. The colors must show. Today, all of us will go home with more knowledge because you tell us so. And if I don't remember anything, I will remember the children plays like Philharmonic, and the utensils are all over the place. And because they all sanguine. And the parents didn't know how to teach a sanguine. Sanguine are like monkeys. I was like that when I was young. My parents didn't know how to sit me down. I am never like Sri's daughter. I know how to say no. I don't remember how old, but I'm sure 6 months old, I would know how to say no. I want to say this, if you want to use props like this high-tech equipment, prepare it in advance. Get somebody to help you to tend to it. I'm an IT idiot, so somebody must mend it for me. Make sure that when I want to use it, it works. My idea would be, instead of having a blank window with pictures on it, you use a black color slide. Under presentation, put a black color so it does not show. And people will be looking at you when you speak. When you need it, you just click on, because by then you know that the clicker works. It'll be clicked on. And you will not lose the time. You'll do a fantastic job. Proceed to the next one, and I hope I could be here to watch you speak again. Thank you. Third evaluator, Paul Forsecki. Paul.
Thank you. This is an advanced speech, not the first time speeches, so we have to be serious about it. Why you're smart? It's a humorous speech. Before I start, you all start laughing. So this is a humorous speech, and I wish we had laughed a little bit more, but I would say that this is my overall view. Can I have show of hand those who are not married yet? Boys. Not ladies are not interested. Boys, only 2, 3. So do you all learn the secret how to be persuasive, art of romantic persuasion? You know or not? All you need is flowers, keys, and
Cauliflower.
Gloves.
gloves.
Cauliflower.
So that's all the secret you need. So anyway, I would say that the story is supposed to be serious. Actually, it looks very serious, you know. Wow, what's the paper flower, the key, and the glove? Wow. But I think, to me, the joke is, you know, the key they take out, the key can mean anything, and the glove can mean anything. So I would say that this story is supposed to be like personalized, or some other story you personalize it. But I find that she just like delivering a common speech to anybody. I would say that you would have internalized it, you make it humorous. You know how I fall in love? I couldn't afford flowers, but I made one. You know how I look like that, is it? So then people will smile at it. So is it the key, you know, I mean, you can use all kind of things. Some, you can use even some funny language and let people laugh. It's also things like that. So anyway, I will say that the thing you should have personalized it, but you just tell a general thing, you did not personalize it. And then the story, the first one, so to the end with the source one, the title is Persuasive, Romantic Persuasion. But in the end is, the wife, instead of being persuaded, is how you overcome the anger by making dolls. So it doesn't match, doesn't gel. I would say that you could even end up the story, you know, that how did he become romantic? She make doll, and then the 95,000. What did we do with it? We went to honeymoon around the whole world. Ladies and gentlemen, that's how you earn money to go around the world. Make your girlfriend or your wife angry and make dolls and sell it, you get $95,000. That's the way to make it humorous, and then you went over. That would be a more interesting conclusion. So I said overall, the objective is not really well met, and I would say that it's not personalized. Perhaps you can imagine and personalize the story about, it's your story, how you found your girlfriend, how you got married, and things like that. And then you end up with a humorous speech.
Thank you, Paul. Good evaluation, Paul, because I make that note. I don't see how it connects to him. This is what I want to say, Saki, because this is an advanced speech. Do not use ladies and gentlemen too often, because it's about them. Nothing to do with you. Instead, use let us now try to persuade and be romantic by buying the gloves, helping her clean the house, because I did that for my wife. And I swept her off her feet. That part will give that extra punch into your speech. You could say, you could put the keys and say, you know, I didn't propose to my wife with a ring. I gave her the key. And she married me because it represents security. Make sense? Try that again. Because I've seen you speak. I know you can do better. Today was not the best I've seen. Yeah. Thank you. Ooh, my part. For the last speaker, Srinivas. 3 parts. First part, we have to talk about the 4-step method when addressing the problem. State the problem, tell your feelings, specify a solution, describe the consequences. I think that if you start off with these 4 points to address to the crowd, then they could understand why you are attempting this and what are you trying to get on. Before you tell a story of your daughter, tell this. Today I'm going to tell you of a problem and how I feel, to specify a solution and then describe the consequences and how I'm going to tackle this problem of the art of saying no. And the story starts with my daughter. Then people could link, oh, you're going to say that the problem is with your daughter. And what's the problem? She doesn't know how to say no. And how do I feel? Oh, what if she goes to school and to all the teachers, she's always yes. And then when she goes to work one day, she'll always be a yes boss. I'm kind of a yes boss. So I can relate, yes. But I am selective. When the boss is good, it's always yes boss. When the boss is no good, I'm always a no boss. And to specify the solution to it, how you make her go against your wife by saying no, and how she develops into manipulating to get to what she wants. Right. And to also describe the consequences. Of course, you did mention about the consequences. Regarding the drama, you could start with having him, shall we go for a cup of coffee? If you want to sit down and talk. that will make him feel more at ease and less defensive. Otherwise, he's always saying, no, I'm inspired with the singing. I thought maybe you want to say, that's why we're experiencing the heavy rain today.
What was her thinking?
A little more joke, because when you joke about it, people don't feel that you're serious about attacking their problem. But seriously, you are attacking that problem because it's a big problem. The other point I want to say is perhaps consider this. Please, can you maybe get motivated once every 5 minutes by singing in the toilet? And if you come back, you can work, and so can we. Because your situation is affecting you, not us. How is your boss evaluating your quality of work and your productivity? I say this because people are always defensive when you talk about how you feel, because they affect you. But they are less defensive when you say how you feel they felt when the problem is affecting them. Oh brother, I feel so sorry for you because feel this singing is affecting your productivity and your quality. I'm scared you may not get a big bonus this year. Then he will be more aware. I'm a very choleric person at work. I tell people off all the time, but I notice this. When I tell them off, for example, I say, please go home, you have eye conjunctivitis, you will get very upset with me. Right? But if I say, please go home because your health is more important to me than your work, he feels me. I gotta go. And he might work harder for you in future. This is what I experienced. So I'm just sharing this. One last point. You have 2 to 3 minutes for Q&A, and you have got 3 questions. I understand 2 to 3 minutes is not enough for question and answer, so perhaps you want to start off with, because we have 2 to 3 minutes, can we just have 2 questions? That would wrap up. Thank you, Sri. Good attempt. See you in CLG. No, ACG.
Yes.
Advanced Communication